right there was the official trailer for the Minecraft Bundles and Bravery update, which is now available for both Minecraft Java and Bedrock Edition. Welcome everyone to the full release version 1.21.40. After 4.5 years, the Caves and Cliffs is complete, with the final version being introduced, and that is Bundles. But also, Minecraft Bedrock Edition has just been given Hardcore mode. Let's go through it all. As always, guys, to help this video perform a little bit better on YouTube and more people to understand what has changed in these updates, please leave a like and share today's video. I'm going to put some timestamps on this video to make things a little bit easier for you. Starting with the features and bug fixes, Hardcore mode. There's a few things to be noted about this, including developer notes. It starts off by saying you can't turn off Hardcore mode after creating this world. The game is locked to the highest difficulty. There are no second chances. If you die, it's game over. Upon death, you can only respawn as a spectator. You can still explore your world and watch others, but you'll no longer be able to interact or rebuild. So yes, this is multiplayer friendly. Now, the developers have basically admitted that it's still buggy, so listen to this. Developers' notes, these are my new favorite things. We are confident that Hardcore mode will run smoothly for most Bedrock players, but we are still working on squashing some smaller bugs. Two of these impact multiplayer gameplay. One related to low internet speeds, and the other when replacing a creative mode realm with a hardcore mode world. While we develop a fix for these final bugs, we recommend all players make regular backups of their worlds and check below for more details. We're going to go over the extra details a little bit later on in today's video. So a few things to be noted here. You can't turn hardcore mode on for a pre-existing world. It's for your new worlds. There might be a way to do it in like your settings if you're able to edit these on a PC, but you have to create a brand new world. Now, when creating a brand new world, you are going to have this. When you tap this, this is going to change, and this is indicating a hardcore world. It is locked to hard, and trust me, this is very, very difficult. You can see here, starter map is off, bonus chest is off. You can turn on days played, and you can have coordinates on or off. If you then click on create, it pops up with this, basically what we've just explained via that book, and then you're able to tap on play in hardcore mode. So I've messed around with this for quite some time, and I can tell you it is incredibly difficult. If you're new to this, expect to die quite a lot. Of course, we do have the hardcore hearts available. So I want to go ahead and just kill myself in this world and show you guys what happens if you do actually die in Minecraft with this game mode enabled. Let's see if this is actually going to be enough. It actually wasn't. Let's try one more time. There we go. We're dead. It says game over. You can exit worlds or you can spectate. And that is it. Once you are dead, you have to, well, watch your friends play and be miserable, or in fact, create a brand new world. Moving on to bundles. After a very long time, they are now available. The recipe for this is 1 piece of leather and string. Previously, it was rabbit hide. The developer said it was too hard to get this early game, so they have, in fact, changed the recipe. These can be dyed and come in a whole range of different colors. And to be honest with you, I think they look really, really cool. So bundles are able to hold up to 64 of a specific item, but it wouldn't actually be practical for you to do it with something like diamonds. Now, you're able to scroll with the item, and it will show you the actual item available. The UI of this just says this is full. So let me show you guys how this would actually be used. Grab yourself a bundle. Let's say this is your player inventory. You're running out of space. You're able to add up to 64 of specific items. I've been using this in preview, and I've been using this to basically carry my food rather than me having like 2 or 3 rows of food. I'm obsessed with food in Minecraft. Anyway, when you scroll, you're able to scroll to take out a specific item. Let's say I wanted my golden carrots. I can take these out. Let's say on this occasion, I wanted my regular apples. I can take these out. Now, by doing this, putting all the items inside, When you right click, it's going to take them out in the order that you put them in. You collect them all up. You are able to actually tap on these to actually distribute the items one by one. Now, previously, it would distribute all of the items, but developers changed this because let's say you made a mistake by lava and you tapped and dropped all of your items in lava, you'd be absolutely devastated. So I kind of like the options of doing it this way. As for the likes of a sword, or let's go with a chest plate, for example, grab ourselves an extra bundle. In fact, we'll grab a colored one. I really like the blue, the purple ones. You're able to hold up to one item when it comes to armor, and that's it. But it's not really practical for that sense. If you're new to bundles, trust me, do a bunch of experimenting. I think you guys will really enjoy them. The developers did give us a developer note. The original prototype for bundles was much more expensive to craft and used rabbit hide, which is only available in certain biomes, so the player had to explore to get their first bundle. In this version, we've made it cheaper and something that you can craft at home in almost any biome. We want it to be easy to get bundles in a new world, so you can use it in your early adventures. And although I liked it being rabbit hide, that makes total sense. Moving on to the rest of the changes, we have some really big ones, so stay tuned. Accessibility features re-implemented the left-handed mode on touch devices for accessing the inventory from the hotbar. We have a bug report. This is just a quality of life change. This was the old version. You had the 3 dots there. In the newer version, it was only available here. Apparently, you're able to switch it now. Added text-to-speech voiceover for items in Marketplace Pass Content tab and Realms Content tab. Android players. They fixed double input when using analog triggers on certain gamepads. We have a bug report. So this has been around since 2023. Pressure-sensitive left and right triggers on controller now double tap after pressing. And this has been an Android issue for a very, very long time. You could see there, it double placed. That won't happen anymore. Moving on to blocks. Vines placed with commands are now visible. This was reported back in 2021. And as you can see here, you're now able to see the vines. Moving on to unique instances. It says mushroom stem, red mushroom block, and brown mushroom block are now their own block, basically. Same with the skull variants. They've just been split into skull being the skeleton, wither, zombie head, player, creeper, dragon, and piglin. Again, they're just recognized in the game code as their own respective blocks. Mob spawner step sounds and hit sounds now play at their intended volume. This is the exact same for the trial spawner. Fixed an issue with shipwrecks only generating lower slabs. This fix will not alter already generated shipwrecks. We have a bug report. I always thought that this was actually a feature. I think we've all experienced this where we have to crouch underneath this block. This is meant to be higher, so you're able to walk through easily. Apparently, it was a bug and it's been broken all this time. It was finally fixed, so any brand new shipwreck you find in new chunks will actually be a lot easier to explore. Updated references to old block names in behavior pack wood recipe files. Updated references to old block names in remaining behavior pack recipe files. Fixed a bug where a block could be placed on a vault block, causing weird block behaviors. And this was to do with the redstone torch being placed on these. If you broke this, you could actually make the torch float. As you can see, that doesn't happen anymore. Just like before, they've updated references to old block names in the remaining behavior pack files, just keeping them a little bit more updated. Changes with commands. Game rule show recipe messages is no longer considered a cheat. Added the entity underscore offset parameter to the camera command. Issues where some commands did not recognize certain blocks or item names have been fixed. Creative inventory changes. So before I go through these, the developers did give us another developer note. Items and blocks in the creative inventory have been reorganized with the goal of making overall sorting more intuitive. I'm not about to go through every single change on a sign or on a book. However, if you're a creative player, we all know that Minecraft is a muscle memory game. So you'll probably think certain items are in specific places. What they've done here is reorganize them to make things a little bit easier. The top one there, trial keys were moved to be next to the ominous trial keys. Very ominous. Now, this makes sense to have them both together. They've also regrouped like stone blocks. Same with decorative, copper, and stuff like that. So I would consider this a more quality of life change. So go and check out the creative inventory. It was updated. Moving on to gameplay changes. Wind charges can't be hit and redirected shortly after throwing them. Interacting with a bed now sets it as the respawn point regardless of nearby enemies. We have a bug report. So this has gone down more of a vanilla parity. If we check out this video here, if you try and tap on a bed when a monster is nearby, you're not able to actually set spawn. So I'm going to try this during the day. As you can see here, it does say respawn point has been set, but you can only sleep at night or during thunderstorms. Players hitting the edge of the generated world will keep their velocity. For example, while flying with the elytra, the player will stay floating instead of losing all speed instantly. Fixed a bug where oozing, weaving, and wind charged effects did not apply on players' death. So if we change our game mode to survival here, give ourselves all of these special effects, go up inside of the air and actually die, you'll see here that it does apply. Slime spawns, the wind charge effect did, and also cobwebs. Mobs can now perform mace smash attacks. Players getting killed by the mace smash attack now get the correct death messages. Fixed an issue that could prevent the player from respawning correctly. TNT explosions no longer reset momentum of other falling primed TNTs. This should fix any issues that were occurring with TNT cannons. We have a bug report. So I remember this one in beta and preview. Basically, if you had a TNT cannon like this, fired the TNT or fired more than one, that would then affect the second one. So rather than going down fluently, it would hit it and send it off in a different direction. That won't happen anymore. General changes. Removed some keyboard key binding from the settings that should only exist in Minecraft Education. That being control tips, code builder, and immersive reader. Today is a huge day for Minecraft PlayStation players because as of today, a native version of Minecraft on PlayStation 5 has been released. It says, added Minecraft for PlayStation 5, an enhanced version of the game for PlayStation users that better utilizes the hardware for smoother performance. So it runs a lot better, better render distance, better quality. You can actually buy Minecraft PlayStation 5 as a disc in store now. Moving on to Graphical. Addressed an issue where the game would show pink on iOS when using large zoom. We have a bug report. Ah, yes, the famous pink glitch. It was back again on iOS for some users. Hopefully, this has finally been fixed. But honestly, it's plagued Bedrock for an absolute long time, like 5 or 6 years. Data-driven items are no longer misplaced in screenshots. We have a couple more changes to the hardcore mode. Now, these are the fixes, and they've outlined these because a lot of people were complaining about them. Here are some of the bugs that we fixed that could be especially troubling when playing in hardcore mode. Fixed an issue where end gateway portals could teleport some players incorrectly. We have a bug report. So this was reported back in 2020, was talked about for many years. Basically, we have a video here. If you went through this, it would actually teleport you to the wrong place. And things like this were very inconsistent and would cause players to get killed. Fixed a bug that could sometimes cause the player to get pushed when pillaring up. We have a bug report. Once again, around for a very long time. We have a video here. So when this person starts to pillar up here, you can see it's a little bit laggy and can kind of push them off. Now, a lot of these have been outlined as realms issues and slow connection issues. But this shouldn't happen, and this was causing very big problems for Minecraft Bedrock Edition players. That shouldn't happen anymore. Fixed an issue with taking random fall damage, probably the biggest problem. This has a bug report. Once again, reported for many years, affected all of these versions. We do have a video here. I know it's on the side, but if this person was towering up, they would start to take damage randomly. So these kind of things shouldn't actually happen anymore. There are known issues, though. These are some of the issues that may rarely occur and may be worse when playing on a world with a slow connection. Rain/snow sometimes does not visually match the actual weather. Blocks sometimes disappear when placed. We have a bug report. Here is the report. Been around since 2020, affected all of these versions, and we have a video here as a prime example as to where this was actually a problem. As Bedrock Edition does have the placing in front ability, if you were doing this over lava in hardcore, like, you'd be dead. For now, they're okay, but just keep watching this. There you go. So that disappeared randomly, and then they all disappeared, and then they die. So that was a very, very big concern. Going back to the known realms issues with hardcore mode, replacing an existing realms creative world with hardcore world, or vice versa, may corrupt some world settings for the newly uploaded world. It is safest to only replace a survival mode world with hardcore mode world to avoid this issue. Like, hardcore mode definitely wasn't ready for Minecraft Bedrock Edition, in my opinion. Moving on to mobs, polar bears now drop cooked fish when killed by fire or lava. So if we summon this and then it gets set on fire, we kill this, it should now drop some cooked version. Yes, it did. Pillagers celebrate 3 sound now works. Wolves, cats, and parrots trying to catch up to their owner now seamlessly resume navigation after teleporting to them. Wolves, cats, and parrots now teleport to their owner when panicking and far enough away. Wolves now teleport to their owner when in a fight and far enough away, preventing them from being left behind. Piglins will no longer pick up and admire powered rail items, with the skeleton step sounds now play at their intended volume because previously it was too quiet. So we got a /game mode S here. You can hear the sounds. They're a little bit louder now. Carved pumpkins and skulls now rotates with the bog's head when it's worn. The breeze can no longer jump away from a player if it's on top of a honey block. So if we summon you on here, /game mode S, they can only jump once they get off it. Once they're on it, they're actually not able to jump away. On that occasion, he kind of used the explosion to escape. I don't know if this nerfs your farm, but zombified piglins spawned by a nether portal now have a 15-second cooldown before it can use the portal. Jump boost now increases how high the breeze can actually jump. So if I go ahead and summon a breeze here, change my game mode to survival, you can see the jump. But if we hit it with this, check out how high it'll be able to jump here. A lot higher. This goes for regular jump boost, or in fact, jump boost 2. It's much higher now. Fixed an issue with minecart stopping unexpectedly and then only being pushable in one direction. Updated the rules under which bats can spawn in your world. So it now means bats can now spawn at any height, provided the area is covered in sufficient darkness. Bats must spawn on one of the following blocks: stone, granite, diorite, andesite, tuff, or deep slate. As a result, bats may now happen to spawn above the surface. User interface. Let's read the changelog. Once again, guys, to save you and me time, I haven't placed them all on signs or in a book. Most of these are just quality of life changes, small tweaks that have happened. However, there is one change that I wanted to talk about, and that's this. Added the possibility to edit the thumbnail of a world in the new UI edit world screen. Now, I don't have access to this in regular Minecraft, only the preview, but if you tap on play, let's say you wanted to edit your hardcore world, tap on edit, you're able to actually change this. You're able to change the thumbnail, so you're able to create a custom scene. Maybe you wanted it to be you waving or something completely different. So I don't have access to the UI screen in regular Minecraft, which was quite a confusing change in the official changelog. But when this is officially introduced for everyone, it will be possible in any kind of world. Moving on to the vanilla Java Parity, creepers now drop a music disc upon being killed by a bogged. Bogged now drops poison arrows when killed by mobs tamed by the player. Dying sheep and collars on cats and dogs now plays the dying sound, same dying sound as in Java Edition. I actually never knew that this was a thing, by the way. So if I was to change this, it now has its own sound. Apparently it's the same for this. I actually didn't know it had its own unique sound. Mushroom stems used on the composter have had their fill chance adjusted from 85% to 65%. So these on here have a lower chance to work. Some sad parity changes. The all-sided spore mushroom block has been removed from the creative inventory. Enchanted golden apples now give regeneration 2 instead of regeneration 5, matching Java Edition. This is a change that I do not agree on and should not have been implemented unless Bedrock Edition was given the fast regen. Basically, it's going to make fighting the Wither a lot harder. Only regeneration 2 now instead of 5. A change that nobody in the community wanted. Added infinite duration option to the effect command. Added specific effect removal option to the effect command. Placing cocoa beans now plays a sound. So let's do this. They now have a placement sound. With this one, beehives and bee nests can no longer be used as fuel. Apparently, prior to this update, these could go in here, and so could these. Identical lodestone compass items now stack up to 64, matching Java VR/MR. So this is to do with the discontinuation. Our ability to support VR/MR devices has come to an end and will no longer be supported in updates after March of 2025, when you will receive your final update. After you receive the final update, you will still receive updates on your PC and be able to play without a VR/MR device. From this point on, you can keep building in your worlds, and your marketplace purchases, including mine coins, will continue to be available on a non-VR/MR graphics device, such as a computer monitor. You will no longer be able to use your VR/MR device with Minecraft, as it will no longer be supported in the latest updates. Kinda sad about that. I was hoping PlayStation 5 VR would have been supported, but it looks like they're discontinuing that as a whole. Moving on to technical updates, let's read the change log. Once again, a huge update for the technical side of Minecraft. If you're interested in add-ons and scripts and API, etc., a lot of new things are now available, which means add-ons are only going to get better and more improved. If you're interested in this, I'll leave a link down below so you can actually check it out. Anyway, guys, we've got one more update to be released before 2024 is complete. But this update has been long awaited for both Bedrock and Java. Bundles are here. Hardcore is now here. Although, be very careful with Hardcore, because it's definitely not perfect. If you made it this far, leave a comment down below and say, hey, Echo, I'm excited for Hardcore mode. I'll see you all in the next video.